Morning, please sit down. Secretary Gregory Domingo, Mr. Antonio Calao, former DTI Secretary Cesar Bautista, Mr. Angelito Sarmiento, Mr. Raymond Tan, Mr. Rui Moreno, the recipients of the 13th Cycle Philippine Quality Award, honored guests, mga minamahal ko pong kababayan, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Creativity is our capital. This has been evident in our history, which tells us of our many world-class artists, from Balagtas to Luna to Hidalgo. But creativity, by its nature, could be found in many other fields aside from the arts. Every Filipino has inherited the urge to create from his forefathers, and this urge bears fruit in our actions, from the littlest to the grandest ones. And the best businesses we have here. The ones that have found a unique but necessary niche in their industries are the ones that have run their companies not just with efficiency and effort, but also with a dash of our trademark Filipino creativity. A sense of pride in our craft that allows us to put value in our work instead of just viewing it as a simple 8 to 5 job, as a simple means to a paycheck. We know this. One need not even strain his ears to hear daily conversations peppered with flashes of wit. From the corner sari-sari store to the halls of corporate powerhouses, the inspired mind is evident. Even the names of our businesses display the creative fire. The Carinderia named Kina Rogers, or the barber shop named Silvestre Salon, or even Caesar's Palace. And while wit is effective, Filipino creativity transcends comedy. Through the passion that is born of our love for our crafts, it is common for us to see successful Filipino animators making names for themselves in environments where both creativity and quality is required. Our talent has reached across the shores in large production companies like Pixar, or in the field of design, where Kenneth Cobon is winning international awards left and right. Make no mistake about it. Creativity feeds progress. I imagine we already have hundreds of dishes made out of coconuts, but we are putting the abundance of coconuts in this country to even better use. A recent meeting with a company called Coconut has introduced to us the possibility of using coconut coir instead of concrete to line our roads and some bodies of water to prevent flooding. This will save us more than 3 billion pesos in road maintenance alone, while at the same time uplifting the lives of coconut farmers. And this came from our resourcefulness, a 3 billion peso idea. This creativity is our bridge way to quality, and this is what we are celebrating today. Mariwasa Siam Ceramics, for example, has combined our natural love for craft with our emphasis on productivity and quality to consistently create beautiful and high-end tiles. RCM Manufacturing was likewise resourceful in finding that there is a niche to be found in the sleep and respiratory market, and they have delivered for their consumers with dedication and efficiency. And finally, SunPower Philippines. They have helped thoroughly in bringing what is considered now as alternative energy into the mainstream, which takes both competence and inventive genius. These are examples of good organizational management, optimizing the strengths of their human capital. Thank you for contributing to the growth of our local industries, which leads to more jobs and better lives for our countrymen. Again, while you have achieved this through your organizational excellence, much of your success is also rooted in your acknowledgement of your God-given gifts as Filipinos. What our forefathers called the gift of haraya, of imagination. Your successes should and will serve as examples to both local and foreign investors, examples of what can be done by Filipino entrepreneurs and Filipino workers alike. Your efforts run parallel to what this administration has worked so hard for these past months. It is because of companies like yours that Filipino workers receive the good reputation they deserve in the eyes of the world, and even in the eyes of some local businessmen. Yes, it is the Filipinos' natural talent that attracts these investors, but your companies have harnessed their talents and have turned them into success, into proof of excellence. I am confident that these awards will invigorate you further in continuing what you have started. And I am even more confident that a few years down the line, I will see more faces here receiving distinctions from this awarding body again. The awardees are companies that have capitalized on this creativity and work ethic of Filipinos and are thus shining examples for others in the private sector. Our inventiveness and attentiveness to our respective crafts are our core competencies. These set us apart from the world and give us advantage over others. And this is perhaps the most meaningful insight that I wish to impart upon those here today. Your talent raises the national dignity of the Filipino. Your talent attracts investors. Your talent creates jobs. Your talent feeds our countrymen. Thank you so much for this. Because while it is important that our private sector remains competitive through its products, we must remember that at the bottom line of every penny you earn is a person, a Filipino who exerts his efforts in order to put food on the table and in effect takes us one step closer to our goal, that progress is felt by all across every strata of society. This is the bottom line that your government always keeps in mind when we say that the creation of jobs is foremost in our agenda. This is what we have in mind for every groundbreaking right, every flight abroad, every award ceremony that we attend. Yes, we celebrate the creativity and talent of the Filipino, but even more importantly, we celebrate another step we have taken toward the fulfillment of the Filipinos' great potential. We celebrate yet another step towards progress. We celebrate the hope that brought us here and will bring us even further to greater heights. I congratulate all the awardees today, and at the same time, I challenge them to aim even higher, toward the level we all know the Filipino people are capable of reaching. In return, I promise you a government that will do the same, that will tap all its creative and administrative resources and give appropriate value to the public service it provides, all in order to foster a viable business environment for all of you. This will ultimately help rebuild this country that had been left in the dark during these past years. This is our dream, that if we play to our strengths as Filipinos, if we fix what needs fixing in this country, then perhaps the whole country can be nominated for its very own Philippine Quality Award. It makes me proud that while we are awarding only organizations today, only one organization today that is based on solar power, all of you have responded to this newfound daylight that has dawned in our country. And all I ask of you now is to continue your belief in our people, because ultimately it is this belief in the Filipino that keeps us here, exerting all of our energies, step by firm step toward the future that our people rightfully deserve. Thank you and good day.